So he goes to the waiter. He's like, hey, sorry, like it's raw. He's a really nice dude. Very apologetic about sending it back.
So it's not a Gordon Ramsay. It's fucking raw.
The Eiffel Tower grows up to 6 inches over the summer every year. Is that fact or is that cap?
What do you mean? He's just hitting puberty, is he?
Welcome back to Critical Banter, the podcast that brings the Friday drinks chat to you. This week, wonderful little episode. Our game this week is Fact or Cap. And once again, we bring back pet peeves. We ask you for your community sport pet peeves. And by golly, we're going to go through them. But before that, trap the week, we've got me and Miguel. We have Senny.
Hello, hello.
We have Ro.
G'day, g'day.
And we have a full house with Kushagra.
All right, lads, we got a drink this week, which is red meat grapefruit flavor. I'm going to have a quick
Yum.
taste test of it, and I'll let you know how nutritional this is.
Red meat grapefruit. I've never seen those words together.
What a combination.
That is, I've never had fructose and meat together, but that is what it is.
That is tasty.
That is what it is.
Out of 10,
Delightful.
what are you giving it, Cushy?
I'm going to give that a solid 7 out of 10.
That's not bad.
Not
Actually,
bad.
Pretty decent.
Yeah, it was all right. Nice and fruity.
Alrighty, boys. This week, got a quick yarn. A little bit of a mind your manners, actually. I want to figure out what you guys have to say about this. So we were at dinner. We went to a lovely Japanese joint in Eastwood. And one of our friends ordered a chicken karage don.
Yum.
Chicken karage is, deep fried. Gets it, takes a bite of the chicken karage, raw, pink. So what are you doing there? Obviously, you're sending it back. So he goes to the waiter. He's like, hey, sorry, like it's raw. He's a really nice dude. Very apologetic about sending it back.
So it's not a Gordon Ramsay. It's fucking raw.
No, it was like he felt like he was at
He
fault.
was at fault.
I get that.
He sends it back. The waiter obviously has a laugh. Sorry about that. Takes it back. Comes back. Chicken karage. Beautiful new don has arrived on his plate. He then goes in again. It's raw for the second time.
What?
And it's not like it's meat where it's okay to eat rare. It's chicken, which is dead set salmonella. And he's a doctor, so he's very paranoid about this. So he then is now deciding, okay, what to do here. So we're at the table, we're looking at it. I'm cutting it open. I'm having a look inside. And to be fair to him, it is just pink. And not medium rare pink.
And not the singer pink either.
Not the singer pink either. It is, as pink as can be. So we convince him, we G him up. We're like, dude, it's fine. Just be apologetic about it again. Just send it back. He sends it back. The waiter is she then starts having a look at it, right? Because she can't believe that the chef has done this twice. She then takes it back. Out comes the third chicken don.
Surely not.
Opens it up again. Pink for the third time. Now, then a dilemma sits in because you've sent it back twice and you're a nice guy. He then decided, right, to eat the rice. He didn't send it back the third time. He didn't eat the chicken.
Just eat around it.
He just ate the rice with Kewpie mayo. That's what he did. In that situation, are you sending it back a third time?
Bro, I'm going ham on the second one. How do you do it twice? How do you even cook that badly?
It's deep fried, so the outside will cook beautifully. Just
These are
the inside
culinary basics
Yeah, dude.
of chicken can't be sent raw, so let's cook a fucking chicken.
Well, there was a theory around the table that maybe this is just how the Japanese cook chicken. It's meant to be a bit pink.
Rare chicken. Have you a chicken sashimi, maybe?
Shush, no. Second time you're having more words. You should have more words.
Yeah, come on.
Third time you're threatening
I need refund. Yeah.
Legal action.
even
potentially.
second time I'm asking for a refund, low key.
Yeah.
Because if you do it twice, I'm not backing it a third time.
Yeah, and what else are you serving me? What's in this rice now? I'm worried about everything. Do you guys dishwash the plate? What's going on here?
Did we end up getting charged for it?
Yeah, we did.
That's a joke. That is actually a joke. That's a fucking joke.
You guys didn't even ask for a refund?
Well,
He ate the rice though.
No, okay, that's his fault. I'm gonna blame him. Why eat the other things when the fucking main?
He was hungry, bro.
yeah, you have to eat. Man's got to eat. And plus,
No, so you order something else.
no, the kitchen was closed.
No, this is downright stupid. This isn't a mind your manners. Do we have a stupid segment? No. This is dumb.
How is the kitchen? Is that why it came back raw every single time? Because the kitchen's closed, so nothing happened to
It
it.
was towards the closing time.
So no, the kitchen, the restaurant.
Tell me what
closed
point
at
the kitchen
9:30.
closed.
The kitchen closes at 9. We got there 8:30. So obviously we order expecting that's fine. 30 minutes of leeway.
I want to know within the fucking order which time did he send it back? Did the kitchen now close?
First time, 8:45. Second time, 8:55.
Okay.
Third time, he's already got it. He's got it back at 9:05.
Bro, no. Second time you don't gamble on the same fucking menu item. What would you guys eat?
I was gonna say you should get a pork. something where
You can't stuff it up.
Exactly.
Yeah, or like a
Or
bulgogi
beef or something,
You
yeah.
literally look at what everyone else is eating, find what has been cooked properly, and say, "Can I just get this?" Especially the second time. Kush is right. How do you do it twice?
I'll be honest, I got the chicken karage as well. Mine was a bit pink. I just have lower standards, so I just ate it.
Jesus Christ. No wonder you've been coughing and vomiting all this morning, saying,
This is fast, man. This
"Nah,
is
this
fast.
is actually downright like dumb, dude." It's the second time. I would have been asking for a refund because I wouldn't trust what else they're cooking at this point in time.
Well, that's what you were saying, right? Like you're not trusting the rice. You're a bit worried about. It's like when you get a hair in the thing. You can just take it out, but you're really just in your mind. You're thinking if
What
they're
else
just
is
so
on?
laissez-faire about their hair, what else are they laissez-faire about in the kitchen?
I actually can't believe the dude just ate rice and mayo after that.
It's so late, and we were like pretty hungry at that point, and everyone else has been eating like their
Well,
and
there's-
everything else is great.
There's no other store open around that time.
Dude, everything closes so early in Sydney. We've been over this.
Yeah, come on.
Not
Kush.
McDonald's Thornley. That's 24/7.
Mate, that's
Well,
from
yes,
Eastwood.
yeah,
We're not traveling to
exactly.
Thornley.
That is true.
But this place was a bit funny as well. Our good friend Triple Cheese ordered, I think, some sort of ramen. He was about halfway through it, and then this lady comes with another full bowl of ramen for him. And everyone's like, what? And then he'd ordered a large, and apparently the large comes in 2 portions.
No, no.
What?
No,
Is that
no.
what happened?
No, he ordered the large. I don't think they had the actual bowl available for the large. So in the first bowl they gave him, which looked big
It was
in my
massive.
eyes, had the ramen and the soup, had the noodles and the
Yeah.
soup. The second bowl was the same size as the first bowl. No noodles, just soup.
Pure soup.
Bro, what is this place?
Yeah, dude.
What is this?
I would not be recommending this place at all to anyone by the sounds of it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I didn't think about him ordering something different, but like usually you just give the benefit of the doubt, you know, like, oh,
No, dude. The go-to is you just get something else.
The benefit of the doubt is to stuff like could be like a small strand of hair, but when you're cooking it raw, dude, once I'm already hesitant. I'd be going to it. Look, you got to give me something else or give me a refund.
no
essentially.
way. First time you sent it back,
Yes,
you
bro.
asked it for the same thing back. You're like, hey, sorry, it's
Yeah.
not cooked properly. Please
Yeah.
give me the same meal back. The second
then-
time,
yeah.
I'll pay that, mate. Sack
That's
yourself.
fundamental errors in the kitchen that you can't fucking cook a chicken. Fucking hell.
Something else that came out at that dinner was we were talking about Ro and Ro's life and his scheduling.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Here we go.
So Ro's brother Nick is a budding musician, great man, shout out to him, and he's doing a live show on the 27th of April. On that same night, a couple of months ago, we bought tickets for Aaron Chen, the comedian. So already a dilemma is there. You know, which one do we go to? Do we go support our mate, or do we go watch one of the all-time great Australian comedians for $40 a pop?
Yeah.
The concert, your brother's concert, is out in the west, and Aaron Chen is in Newtown. So it's a gentleman's hour-and-a-half drive between both.
It's a pick one situation.
It's a pick one. So for most of us, it's a pick one. Ro, unfortunately, it's a pick one between 3. So Ro, what else do you have on that night?
On the 27th of April, I also booked a flight to Hong Kong.
What the?
So that night, okay, so what came first was Aaron Chen. What came second was Hong Kong flight. I didn't check the dates. What came third was my brother's concert. So I realized in this moment that I should probably start using a calendar because the thing is, I just say yes to everything and I'll work out on the day.
I saw when Ro said that, Kush just put his head in his hands and just shook his head.
Right, that is ridiculous. Yeah. Wait, you don't have a calendar at all. You don't track any of this thing, like, any of these items.
Are you surprised though, Kush? You've known this man for
that
how many
is
years?
true. That is true, actually.
The thing
But
is-
the guy travels so much, so I thought maybe he'd have like some sort of mechanism to, you know.
No, if I travel, I'll use like a calendar, like an Excel spreadsheet. to
So
document
travel,
what I'm
for
doing.
example, go to Hong Kong.
Oh, yeah. But you just forgot to add Hong Kong.
No, but I'm not. I know that's coming. You know what I mean? Like I know I'll vibe in my true heart of hearts. I'll vibe when I'm about to leave. The thing is though, I'll say yes to everything and I'll just make it work. And so I've never felt the need to have a calendar. And plus, if I'm going somewhere, let's say me and Mig's are going to meet up for lunch, and he's like, "Oh, let's do it on Friday." I won't put that on my calendar, but like a day before, my body will be like, "Oh, I think I have something on tomorrow. Let me just check." Or Migs will message me, "Hey, like, what time are you getting there for lunch?" So it all works out beautifully. There's no need for a calendar. I maintain this.
To quote Triple Cheese that night, he called Ro the dumbest man I've ever met.
So are you guys meticulously putting everything on your calendar?
Yes.
Yes.
And then before you check an event, or like say yes to something,
Yes.
you check your calendar to see if you're
Yes.
available.
Have you not heard the phrase, I need to check my calendar from like 99.9% of the population?
No, no one does. No one does
Aaron
that.
Chen and your brother's concert, I'll give you that. But your flight, man, come on, that's fundamentals.
I'm not gonna miss
Much
that.
like cooking chicken in a kitchen, you gotta know that. You simply have to know that.
No, but I would know that. Come 21st of April, I'll be like, oh, okay, I think my flight's soon.
it's
then I'll
too
check.
late by then, man.
No, I
So
think
what's
it's
so
fine.
what's the go? You've triple
What's
booked yourself.
What's the order of operations?
Yeah.
All right, to be fair, this has cost me greatly because I've called up my friends at Cathay Pacific and I'm like, hey,
I'm gonna
Can
have
I-
COVID on the 27th.
yeah, I was trying to think of a sub story excuse. So I've called Cathay Pacific. I'm like, hey, can I change my flight to the Sunday morning? And they're like, yeah, no dramas. The difference between the fares is $12. I'm like, fantastic.
Oh, beautiful.
$12, mate, please have it. They're like, oh, by the way, there's also, because you obviously booked the cheapest tickets, the cancellation fee or whatever, the change fee is $225. So then I'm sitting in my head, I'm like, okay, whatever. Well, that's the cost of doing business.
That is what it is.
But let me see how I can actually get out of this. So then I put a little sob story. I'm like, look, it's my brother's first ever show. Like, I'm a student. This will literally financially ruin me. That's like my go-to. I'm a student.
As a 27-year-old man,
Wish they could see your date of birth, with the flight details.
I could be a student, mature age maybe, but I give him that sub story. This bloke just looks at me and he's like, no can do. No can
no shit. You should. I reckon if you're a brave man, you gotta wait until like the 25th or 24th of April, and then
When the
you hit him
vibes
with
start
the-
coming, apparently.
Yeah, and then you hit him with the my so and so passed away, or I'm feeling unwell, and then you try and finesse it.
But then I think the fare difference goes from $12 to like $600. So,
No, but they might waive it if it is like based on compassionate grounds or something.
well, I
That's a
don't know.
high risk game.
It is a very high risk game.
Yeah, I don't think I would have done that because that's actually cutting it a bit too far.
Yeah, okay.
But
So you've moved your flight.
yeah, I moved my
So
flight.
you've copped the $230.
Got to $230.
Now you have two to pick from.
Wait, no.
Yeah,
what
well,
about your?
obviously I'm choosing my brother's concert. Aaron Chen, by the way, if anyone wants 2 Aaron Chen tickets, maybe I'll put a call out. I don't know when this episode's coming out. The show might have already finished.
No, it'll be in a few more weeks after this.
All right, but I'm gonna put up. Can I put up the poll?
Put up a story. Put up a story. Why not?
What do you mean the episode, bro? You know the schedule. When did you say
He doesn't know schedules. That's a whole fucking segment.
Wait, also to go back, I thought you had to change your accommodation as well.
No, because the flight for Saturday night, when I land, it's the morning in Hong Kong. The Sunday flight that I have now booked is like the evening of Hong Kong. So it's like the
okay.
same day. The accommodation,
Nice.
no dramas at all. But if anyone wants to go to Aaron Chen, 2 tickets available.
All right, tickets next to each other.
Yeah, you get to sit next to Migs. So there you go.
You get to sit next to Sen.
potentially.
All right, boys, our game today is fact or cap. We've played this a couple of times, I reckon. So, as per usual, I have 15 statements here. You guys have a whiteboard. I'll go through each statement. You're going to write down if it's fact or cap, and then we'll see who wins in the end. All right, first one. In a deck of cards, the king has a mustache. Is that fact or is that cap?
This is not a detail I would have ever thought about or picked up on.
The king has a mustache.
You got a mustache.
And I know my mustache as well. And therefore, I will be saying cap.
Kush has gone cap.
Cap.
Rose gone cap.
I'm back in fact.
Nah, it is cap indeed.
It's the
So,
jack, isn't it?
It is the jack.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Kush.
sir.
Ro and Kush have a point there. Next question. The Caesar salad was named for Julius Caesar. Is that fact or is that cap?
Oh, this is.
I've recently watched a video on how they make Caesar salad, but I don't know how that's going to help me in this question.
Was it a TikTok?
It was a
I
TikTok.
think I also saw
Maybe
that
we
as
saw
well.
the same.
Actually, an
TikTok.
underrated salad, dare I suggest.
I've gone around the Caesar
Yeah.
salad
It's
big
not
time.
even a salad,
Bro,
bro.
It's not a salad, but it's delicious.
It's
actually
delicious. Yeah.
dude.
I don't think I've ever had a Caesar salad.
That's a
Like,
lie.
once you get the right cheese in it, it adds a lot of value. But anyway, the answers.
the answers, boys. Fact or cap?
I am going cap.
I'm going fact.
Capanese.
It is indeed Capanese. Kush is on 2 points. Mine is now on the board.
Are we going to get a little tidbit about how
Yeah,
everyone was
dude. On
invented?
Jeopardy, sometimes they give you a little some after, bro. It's actually named after
Yes.
whatever.
Kush said,
Caesar
quick
Augustus.
game, boys. Our games are going too long is what Kush said, so I'm trying to keep it as short as
Oh,
possible.
so it's Kush's fault you don't
Yeah,
have these
exactly.
facts ready.
All right, third question. The population of California is larger than the entire population of Canada.
I'm going to fact.
I am also going to go fact.
Go fact. There's a lot in California.
It is indeed fact. 39 million people in
Oh,
California.
there we
There you go.
go. Wait, what was the Canada population?
Less than 39 million.
All
All
right.
right.
LA, fucking San. No.
Yeah, San Fran, that's in California.
Wow.
San Diego, there's a few big cities there. Fourth-
Wait, can I change the rule of the game so we all reveal at once?
You count us down,
Agreed.
Sen. Count us
Yeah,
down.
okay, all right. Fourth one. 50 Cent and Charlie Chaplin were alive at the same time. Fact or cap? 3, 2, 1.
When cap.
I'm going facts.
I think it's fact.
It is indeed fact.
Yeah, okay.
I think I've seen a lot of those fun facts trivias that, Charlie Chaplin and someone else were actually alive at the same time.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Charlie Chaplin ones, but I've seen like the Betty White and
Yeah,
the
Betty White.
dinosaurs were alive at the same time, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
All right, next one. The newest addition to the periodic table was added in 2012. Is that fact or is that cap?
Manu chemistry whiz over
Yeah.
We
here.
were doing science
We were doing science
in
around
those
that time.
around that time.
So the newest addition to the periodic table was added in 2012. Fact or cap? 3, 2, 1.
Cap, surely.
fact.
Cap.
It is cap.
Yeah, dude. I remember like whatever selenium added in 2012. No way. When was the last time? I really want answers to the question.
It's not that kind of podcast, bro. Next question. Trees existed before sharks. Fact or cap? 3, 2, 1.
Fact.
It's cap.
Ah.
So the first fossil of a tree was found 406 million years ago.
Why are you selective for like tidbits, bro?
Because it's what the TikTok tells it.
Exactly what the TikTok told me.
Dude, that's insane though. Sharks
Yeah.
were before trees.
Mm.
Bruv.
I thought nature prevailed. Isn't that what they say?
Ah, but they don't need the oxygen or CO2 from the trees.
That's ball knowledge.
That is
That is
checkers.
ball
Wow.
No, but dude, just think
He's
about
got that,
that.
but doesn't know about periodic table that he studied.
Ah, what do you want? What do you want?
Come on, man.
Actually, can we get a score
What do you
check?
want, Kush?
Kush, what do you want?
I'm on 4.
I
bro?
can't be big man.
I'm on 5.
I'm on
Oh,
4. I'm on 4. We're catching
Okay.
him.
All right, we've just done the 6th one, and we've tried to do a little score check. Apparently, Ro reckons he's only gotten one wrong. He thinks he got the king question. So if you're listening at home, please double check what he's on because we don't believe him.
And if Ro's wrong, please send him hate mail at robro1 on
No.
Instagram,
Yeah.
please.
The dirty
Chill.
cheat. Anyway, question number 7. Blue eyes are newer to the human race than pottery. Is that fact or cap? 3, 2, 1.
It's got to be a fact.
It's fact, man. Come on, the Greeks and the Greeks and the Romans. Pottery.
That is true.
Yes, sir.
I got pressured with the time.
You got another
I'll be
little
honest.
tidbit for you. They traced blue eyes back 10,000 years.
To the dragons.
Pottery, 20,000 years.
Everyone was gonna make that same joke.
I just heard what you said. Idiot. All right. Number 8. Matches were invented before lighters. Fact or cap? 3, 2, 1.
It's cap.
Cap.
Fact.
It is cap.
I don't know why. I feel like I don't know the answer, but it just felt.
Feels like a trick question because you
Yeah.
think,
and your fucking vibes, man. This guy, his body
matches
telling-
seem more manual, but that's where the question's leading
Oh, I
you.
was thinking, I don't know, maybe back in the day when they were striking, they considered that a match.
Flint and steel, mate.
Yeah, but no.
All right. Next one.
No, because matches have like phosphorus, like the head of the match.
I remember when we asked.
And I'll give you the tidbit now. Hang on. And maybe that came later. The lighter,
Okay.
simple
It's all
mechanism.
right. Kush is going to cut that out of the episode, so it's fine. Next one. All right. Next question. A is the most commonly used letter in the English alphabet. Fact or cap? 3, 2, 1.
Cap.
It's cap.
Fact.
It is cap. It's the letter E.
There we
E,
go.
You know what, Ro? I backed it. I felt the E was
Yeah.
where I just had a feeling that. I thought it was E.
All right. Next question. In diameter, Australia is wider than the moon. Is that fact or is that cap?
This would be wild if it's fact.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
I want it to be
I want
wild.
it to be
I want
fact
it to
as
be
well.
wild.
It is indeed
Oh.
fact.
We have
Oh.
all
That's actually kind of crazy.
we've all gone
All
fact.
right. So there's 5 more to go, boys.
Little score check then, potentially.
Yeah. Let's do a score check.
Yeah, I'm on 7.
I'm on 9.
I don't know if I kind of believe that, but we'll run it.
Asterisk 9.
I'm on 6.
6. Okay. Next question. There are 14 bones in a human foot. Is that fact or is that cap?
This is bullcrap. It's like 15 or 13. You know what I mean?
There
That's
are
the game.
14 bones in a human foot. Fact or cap? 3, 2, 1.
I went cap.
Fact.
Cap.
It is fact.
Let's
Sorry.
go.
It is cap. There are 29 bones in a human foot.
What was that? What was that?
Double, Ro. Not plus minus 1.
What was that award show where they handed the wrong
Oh,
award
the
out?
Oscars, man.
The Oscars, but also the Wasn't it Miss Universe where they accidentally
Yeah,
said the
Steve
wrong-
Harvey got it
Steve
wrong.
Harvey got it
You got a
wrong.
bit of that action, bro.
Damn, dude. All right, let's go.
All right, 4 more to go, boys. Hot water and cold water sound the same when poured. Is that true or is that cap? 3, 2, 1.
Fact.
Cap.
Cap.
It is actually cap.
Oh.
Different viscosity, apparently. So it has
Really?
different sounds when they're poured.
What would he say this is a thing if it was true,
Come on,
bro?
think about how that question was
Can't
worded.
say I've noticed.
Dude, no, you can. There's like videos.
Fucking here we go.
No, have you seen the video on like YouTube where the guy pours water and
Obviously not. I got it wrong.
try it? Dude, watch it today. It's actually amazing when you watch it.
I'll try. Don't worry. I'll try it.
All right. Last 3 questions here, boys. The unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. Is that fact or is that cap? 3, 2, 1.
It's a fact.
Fact.
Yeah, well done. That is indeed a fact. What's the score check quickly here, Kush?
I'm on 9.
11.
9.
Okay, 11, you reckon?
11 asterisk.
All right, second last one. Singapore has banned durian fruit from the entire country due to its notorious smell. Is that fact or is that cap?
What? Durian.
Durian.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Fact.
Fact.
Cap.
It is indeed cap. Come on, boys. It's
Come on,
Singapore.
boys.
It's Southeast
Is
Asia.
it
They love
chewing gum
durian.
that they've?
That's also cap.
Oh, is that cap?
That
Okay.
is absolutely
I
cap.
thought it was chewing gum. Oh,
All right.
Biggs, I think.
So
it
I could be
is.
on to tie here.
Here we go. All right, the final question.
Or you've already tied them then. We'll do a double check when we
Yeah,
get
I
back.
could be on for a win here.
All right, final question. The Eiffel Tower grows up to 6 inches over the summer every year. Is that fact or is that
What
cap?
do you mean? He's just hitting puberty, is he?
Is that fact or is it cap? 3, 2, 1.
Going fact.
Hang on now.
No,
Hang on.
no, sack that. They choose. Rose chosen cap. What have you chosen?
I'm going fact.
Like,
I'm
With
going.
my chest.
okay.
I'm going cap. It probably shrinks.
It does grow 6 inches every summer.
Mate, heat. Metal
Yeah,
expands.
Metal
expands,
expands.
yeah.
Come on, mate.
Well done, Migs. I
Well
think
done,
you
Mick.
beat
So you probably won.
I'm taking a win here.
He's tied. We've tied.
Kush is second. Well done.
The moral victory here for
Rose
Miguel.
actually on 6.
As always, this episode is brought to you by the spring cleaning champions Manscaped TM. This season, make sure to groom your carpets and the drapes with the leaders in below the waist grooming. Check out that winter bush and clear it out with the Lawnmower 5.0 from Manscaped and watch your confidence bloom like the springtime flowers. Embrace the season and join the 10 million men worldwide. Boys, it was 7 million when we started this partnership. It became 8 million and now it's 10 million.
How many of that are we claiming?
Oh,
At least
mate.
a mil.
A fair few of those, I would say. So look, 10 million people. That is almost half the population of Australia. So when you think about that, how many people are actually using Manscaped, you're low-key in the minority if you don't have a pair or if you don't have the Lawnmower 5.0 or the gear that comes with it in that beautiful performance package. So what you're going to do is you're going to support us, support Manscaped because the gear is actually spectacular. You're going to go to manscaped.com, use the code TCB at checkout, and we're going to give you 20% off.
Wow.
20.
Wow.
Crazy.
All you got to do, and look, it's not like we're shilling you with like some product that is not going to benefit your life. I'm saying my confidence has grown, just from the fact that I've
see
got
it.
a clean down. Yeah, you've noticed it, have you?
I've noticed it.
Less
yeah.
pubes, more confidence.
That's exactly what their quote should be, and that's the slogan that's our slogan, really. So jump on manscaped.com, TCB, 20% off. Just shave your pubes.
All right, before we crack on to the next segment, we did roll back the tape. We had a look, and Ro quietly whispered cap.
Thank you very much. Vindication. Everyone's talking about asterisks here, asterisks there. Well done, Manu. Good,
But I did
good draw.
have a closer look. I zoomed in, and you wrote fact.
What do you mean? I
So
wrote
you
facts?
said cap, but you wrote fact.
Mate, that's just a little bit of an error there.
Well, I'll check it in the post again, and it might change. Who knows? We'll see.
Still a asterisk.
Yeah.
Like
Not
LeBron's
asterisk,
LeBron's Lakers chip, it's an asterisk.
Not an
No
asterisk.
vindication here whatsoever.
Not an asterisk. All right, let's run the segment here, we boys. Look, we put a call out on Instagram, community sport pet peeves. You guys wrote in deluxe. We've got heaps of user submissions. We've got a couple of our own, but we're just going to chat through, things that really grind our gears when it comes to community sport. That's something that we're all about here. So, Sen, I believe you've got a few to rattle off.
Yeah, I've got a couple. So my first one is people who come to sport to fight and not to actually play. And I'm going to dob someone in here, sitting in this room. Ro on Thursday, Kush, It was a semi-final.
Oh, dear.
We got to the semis. Big game.
Yeah.
So it was 0-0 at halftime, very tense game. Then they scored very quickly after halftime. And then we almost, within a minute or two, equalized. It was 1-1, super tight. And then a couple of lapses of judgment from us. They scored 2 quick goals. It was 3-1 down. They were coming first, by the way. Pretty good team. And at 3-1, our heads kind of dropped, as Manu mentioned in the post-game. But everyone's head dropped except for one. There was one little terrier who...
Terrier
rose to the occasion and was trying to G everyone up, including himself. And
Quote unquote.
is what he said. And that included multiple fouls, just harassing people on the field, giving someone one of these ones, the little, you're chirping too much to someone else. A guy double his size, mind you. So Rowe, in the second half of the second half, so the last quarter of the game, was just out for blood. It didn't matter whose blood. He was fighting anyone. He was yelling at the ref.
fighting is a strong word.
And we came off, and then Miggs is like, Rowe, why did you lose your head? And Rowe's like, I was completely in control the entire time.
I was completely in control. Look, I'll maintain this, right? Look, I didn't ask for a fight. This is completely different, but this is a good story anyway. Whatever. We're down 3-1. But like when you're down 3-1, for me personally, to rise to the occasion and perform in a community sport level, I need like I need some fire. Do you know what I mean? And to start some fire, you do you foul them a little bit to get them riled up.
Right.
And then I'm dulled. Then I'm locked. And we still lost 3-1. It didn't work in the end. But that is completely different to blokes. And it happens in soccer. It's usually soccer.
It's only soccer.
And maybe rugby. We don't play rugby. But like from our experience, like these guys in soccer, they just come out and they're not really looking to play football.
No.
They're looking to just break your legs and start a fight and, come to the car park. I'm going to smash you.
So what? They're just slide tackling deluxe, like going for the knees, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like they're super aggressive. Like weirdly aggressive.
Like needlessly aggressive from the offset. I remember there's I think there's it's like the Ligcom comp or something. And one of our friends played one season of it and he said it's 50% football, 50% UFC. Like every week you're going out there trying not to get knocked out or submitted.
Because the thing with that, especially in like futsal and six-a-side, it's like really small fields. You can get away with not being good. Like you can get away with not being technical. Like the proper full field, it's so big that even if you us someone, like you're not winning a game. Whereas in like futsal, if you just start ussing people, that's an advantage in and of itself. So it actually works in their favor. And you get some of the fucking bro, the first game we played, I got flipped.
Yeah.
Just quietly, I sub on for Rowe, and then we're already winning like 4-0 at this point or something. And then he just fucking swings my legs from behind. I like front flip or something.
Honestly, it should have been a red card. Like it was that bad.
Like I had a like cork leg for like 2 weeks. That's the level.
And then one of the other teams who we often have a rivalry with, one of their guys is like massive, like the biggest, he's like the Hulk. And he's not very good. And there was a game and it was like a 50-50 ball and I got to it first. And then he swung after me. And he's like, oh, you're lucky you got there first. I was going to kill you otherwise.
Yeah, death threats on
and
the
from
field.
this guy, I took it very seriously. Anyone else said it to me, I would have laughed it off. This guy scared me.
And then in a most recent game, us three were on the bench and then something happened on the field and we laughed at him because he like miskicked it or something. And he turns to me, he's like, oh, come on and I'll mark you. Like, see what happens if you come here. Like, and I laughed at that. Like, brother, it's fucking Division 3 football. You don't need to start ussing people.
I'm pretty sure it's like roid rage. Like, this guy is jacked beyond belief.
Do you reckon these people, they had a bad day at work?
It's that. It's genuinely that.
And they're just taking it out on the field and on the unlucky player like Sen.
Because when you play soccer or like any sort of sport, you can actually, it's physical, right? It's a contact sport somewhat. So you can really do stuff to people without any sort of legal ramifications.
Like outside of the field, it's assault.
Yeah, literally. You know what I mean? Like imagine someone just comes and just kicks your legs. That is assault. You're pressing charges. But on a soccer field,
You clap them.
You clap them and the ref maybe gives them a yellow as their punishment. That's what happens.
And I'm sure the terms and conditions of the community sport you signed off has waived any sort of fees that come with injuries and whatnot. So
Yeah, exactly right.
Actually, in that game where you got flipped, maybe as a revenge, I think the guy that flipped you, I think he was going for a ball and then he tried to kick it. And then one of the guys in our team came out of nowhere and swung as hard as he could and smashed the guy in the shin. And that guy, the guy who flipped Manu, was down for like 5 minutes. Like they stopped the game for 5 minutes. He was in tears. And then we asked the guy who did it, he's like, yeah, I wanted to back my boy here. So this is the kind of psychos that play football. The other one I have is, bringing ringers into sport and the whole registration process. I feel there's some sports where they take the whole rego process and, who takes to the field very seriously. And then there's other sports where it's non-existent.
So like for example, OzTag, right?
Yeah.
They take it pretty seriously. Like you have to
very seriously.
The only people who can play are people who are registered, and you have to, if you want to fill in, they've got to come to the front desk, pay their money. They got to put a yellow bib on. You start 2-0 down. Like, it's very serious process.
Like, before every game, you have to go up and sign in, like, say what your name is, and then
Oh, okay. So it's not like the people in Frisbee who just rocked up for
Correct.
us twice and we're like, you know what? Let's have a bit of fun.
and like it's so serious where if they check the records and the number of people who signed in versus the number of people who took to the field is incorrect, you get 0 points, which happened to us a number of times this season.
Yeah, but that was just miscounting. We didn't actually get any subs.
But then in every other sport,
Compared to Frisbee.
Frisbee, for example, where there's, as we said many times, no administration, no referees, no officiating, no any kind of semblance of community sport whatsoever. It's a free-for-all. Anyone could rock up.
So what makes this like a pet peeve for you? Is it just the fact that it's just so like exhausting, or like what is it?
Well, my issue is in those sports where it's not taken seriously, you could have people rocking up who are miles better than the level you're playing at, and you're playing against them, and it's just not fair.
I don't mind it too much because I feel like, for example, soccer is a big one where you're down a couple of players. You just bring in some boys who have played soccer and that's fine. No one checks that. I actually don't have a problem with it because it kind of swings both ways. And like, you know, other times, like other teams will do it. And it's really just like who's available in the day. I have zero kind of issue with this. Yeah. Partly because we benefit quite greatly by getting
That is true.
some good players.
I'm a bit of a hypocrite here. It annoys me, but I know we do it. So I can't go any more beyond than just saying I don't like it.
We got caught doing it once.
Yeah, I know.
We have like a gun goalie, or like we used to. He actually moved to London. He was a gun goalie. He saved the goal. He saved everything, right? Except he also used to be one of those blokes who like to chirp a bit. So the other teams were very aware that our goalie's the dickhead who's super good. He was away, maybe traveling one time, and so we got another friend of ours to fill in goals. And they immediately recognized the fact that he was not the same bloke. They basically called the coordinator and was like, hey, these guys are playing unregistered players. I think what happened there? Our captain got banned for like 10 games.
He got a 5-game ban or something.
5-game
Yeah,
ban.
our man Glade, he was the manager of the team. This was the semi-final as well, I think, that we got banned. And as well, our keeper gave them a goal.
Hold on.
Like, it's not like we brought in a keeper that was so much better that, you know, shifted the result more in our favor. He shifted in their favor. We had a less competent keeper.
5-game ban.
To be fair, he's a pretty good keeper.
He's
still.
good, but, you know, our keeper's like a gun.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So then, so for the final, our manager got like a 5-game ban. He had to go to a tribunal and defend himself with the president of the club.
Actual?
Yeah. And I don't think he served his
He didn't serve
suspension,
the suspension.
because he hasn't played in that specific competition
He just moved
since
comps,
then.
and the ban doesn't go across comp. So he's still technically banned for 4 games in that other comp.
What's that tribunal?
But that's where it annoys me.
That's so fucking funny. Well, this guy rocked up in a suit and tie.
Your Honor.
That's what annoys me. We get caught, but you know, every other team does it. So what the fuck?
It was funny that we had a soccer game as well a few years ago where we knew for a fact the other team had ring-ins, and one guy on the sideline was like talking to our captain, "Oh, dude, let's go report them, blah, blah, blah. You know, we got to get these guys." And our captain just looked at him and said, "We have 3 fill-ins today as well. Can you use your brain for a second?" So yes, you're right. It does go both ways, but it's just that when the other team does bring in gun players and you just get robbed, it's very heartbreaking.
I've got one as well, and this is terrible coordinators. These coordinators are the worst because, like you said before, the backbone of everything that comes with joining a community sport is that one single coordinator. That person is making sure everyone's, registered. They've got the cones. They've got, referees. They've got the players on the field. But when you have a terrible coordinator, it becomes fucking World War II.
It's make or break sometimes.
Especially with Frisbee, one would say. Especially when a coordinator doesn't tell you that you may be in the wrong div by at least 4 levels, one would say. And so you get dick 17-1 in the game because you didn't have that information.
That would have been nice to know before we registered potentially.
It would have been very nice to know. And other stuff where, hey, by the way, your season's ended, but I'm going to add 4 more games at the end of the season.
That's a cardinal sin for me. That's like the most basic thing, just having the fixtures up. Like, that's it. Like, just at the very least, you have to have that right.
Yeah, and look, these coordinators, they should be on top of everything, like wet weather and stuff. I shouldn't be able to go check what's the wet weather policy for a field from a local council to understand whether I'm going to be playing or not. I shouldn't be contacting the council at all.
Were you contacting the council?
Yes, because of one game, the coordinator just wasn't replying to me.
Because I think it was like that. I remember that day. He was storming.
Bucketing down.
He was bucketing down. But then I think we got an email saying the park is still open.
Yeah, what is that rubbish, man? Like, I'm not playing in that.
We have a couple of like coordinators who are a bit of stinkers. Like it's just annoying because I do empathize for them somewhat because they have to deal with like so many people messaging them and stuff like that.
That's their job. I don't empathize with them at all. Like that's the primary job of a coordinator to coordinate the people.
So the ONSIDE competition we play, right? Look, the registration process is an absolute nightmare. Okay? There are online forms that you can just fill in, pay online, everything's all good.
Yeah.
This bloke expects me to go to Punch Bowl between the hours of 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. on a weekday.
Working hours.
To in person hand in my registration forms and pay on the day.
Pay in cash as well, mind you.
What?
Make of that what you will.
Right? So like, do you know what I'm saying? Like it's very easy. And then also the competition, like the fixtures and stuff like that is done on like a PDF. For example, soccer, we have like an app called Dribble or something. So you can just check. It's super easy to check.
Yeah.
Whereas this guy is sending out PDFs to me via email non-stop.
You know what I hated about that OzTag comp? The fixtures were weekly.
Yeah.
So you don't know in advance. You know, Frisbee, we got like, let's say 10 fixtures in advance.
Yeah.
You get it on like the fucking Friday.
So you have no idea who you're playing when you're.
You know you're playing on Tuesday night.
Right.
But you don't know what time. You don't know
field.
who.
And he can change it if it's Tuesday night. He can change the fixture up until Monday night, or even Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Like a couple of hours before the game, he'll put up, "Oh, yep, sorry, your field got changed."
So like sometimes we're just rocking up to different fields because we haven't checked the PDF.
Yeah.
The PDF. So like coordination, tough job, but there are definitely good and there are bad coordinators. I've played in a lot of comps where there are good coordinators and it makes the actual experience of a player so much better.
This is what I was going to say. Bad coordinators can just bring you down instantly, even before the season started, dude. Especially when you're being told to do a fucking quiz where you have to study for something where you can't even access the quiz and people can't sign up.
Yeah, big time.
Maybe that's why we were bad at Frisbee. We didn't take this quiz properly.
You should have studied.
Control F was my best friend at
But
the quiz.
good coordinators are on the other side. They can be a godsend. You remember that one season minor where we played summer soccer, and our friend was the coordinator, and we won the comp, but we won the comp, but we weren't even registered.
Beautiful.
We literally played a whole season, a semi, and a final, and won the whole thing, and we didn't actually have a team.
And we got a shirt to commemorate our win.
Way.
And we got away with it because our friend was the coordinator and he didn't care enough. So it can go both
So
ways.
a good coordinator to you, but a terrible coordinator to the
He's
other.
a good coordinator for the people. So I've got one, going off that one. The state of refereeing. So this is a classic thing in community sports. The refereeing is so inconsistent. We go from Frisbee, where we have terrible coordinators and no referee ever, right? I have paid a fee to play this competition. What am I paying for? Where's a referee, especially in a fucking game, sport, where people don't really know the rules?
How much did we pay for Frisbee? Was it $100?
$100. But you know what's worse about what you're saying is because they tell you to go study the rules because the expectation is probably that this will be enforced by someone.
Yeah.
No, it's just enforced by you. That's it.
But that's why you need to learn the rules so you can enforce it yourself.
Still, bro.
So what did we pay $100 for?
Because Kush also had to
Insurance,
set up the
maybe.
field.
Yeah, true. I could have returned those coins to someone, by the way. But yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah. I
Kush had to
go
get to the
there.
field early and set out the cones, something which coordination should do. And he's going off. The worst one is our actual soccer, winter soccer. We pay like $400, $500
$450 this year.
for registration, and half the games, all we have is some 11-year-old assistant referee who by law is actually not allowed to referee the game
So they only do the sideline
Yeah,
like the
poor
linesman.
linesman. Yeah.
because they don't have the badges or credentials or whatever. So this poor 11-year-old has gotten dropped off to the field by their parents, and the referee's not there.
No, the funniest thing is like when there's no referee, you still play the game. But then it's now like some bloke has come to watch you play and he's like
to.
so happy to watch. And then it's like, actually, man, can you actually go ref? And now he's got to go like box to box trying to referee and copying abuse from the other team because he's like your referee from your side and everyone thinks he's biased and stuff like that.
It was funny a
It's
few
tough.
years ago when it happened, and like we had to get often one of the guys who used to be in the team, but he did his ACL, so he was actually injured. He was doing his rehab, and he
He's
had
on
to referee.
crutches.
He was
He's
like,
walking on crutches.
So he's like
refereeing.
calling offside. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
it was so bad. Like he couldn't run or anything, so he had to walk and just like try and catch up and see what was happening.
But look, I mean, there's also like the flip side of like referees, or in cricket, what we call them umpires.
Yeah.
I still remember the good old days when you're out there to bat and your dad's on the other side, you know? You get absolutely plumb, one would say, and your dad's looking there like, nah, I think that was an inside edge. Sir, the bat is left up for a leave, but inside edge apparently.
Yeah, but on the umpires, some of them when I used to play like in men's, the umpires got paid apparently by the hour. And so some of them would want the game to go as long as possible. So you might have things where like LBW absolutely plumb, and they would say, nah, not out. Because he's like, all right, I got to get to 5 to get my full pay for the day. And there's other ones where sometimes they want the game to end quickly because it's a really hot day. I remember I bowled one, and the guy literally middled it into his own pad. I'm an idiot. I went up for LBW, and the guy fired in. And the guy who got out, the batsman got out, just stood there and just yelled, "What the fuck, Greg?" to the umpire. And similarly, there's times when the umpires don't show up. And there was one game where I had to umpire, and we were playing this guy, like so obnoxious. This team was coming first, and they were rolling us. Guy bowled, a guy, massive nick, caught behind. They all went up. I shook my head.
That you can't do. Okay.
Their captain came up to my face. He's like, "Is this how you want to play? Is this how you want to play?" So at the next drinks break, my captain took me off, and I never umpired again after that. But I'm like, fuck that. I don't want these guys to win. They're dogs. But yeah, that's, again, to your point. When umpires don't show up, turns into
chaos
anarchy.
ensues.
Yeah.
Well, one of the competitions I played for cricket, it was like a rotation. So when you had a bye, everyone in that team would get sent out to umpire different games. And like the referee who had places to be, I'm not sticking around.
Yeah.
So like any sort of half decision, I'm just firing ducks, the fingers coming up because I want to go home. And so it's no good. One of the submissions was from Sam, and he reads, most of the umpires in local cricket being half blind and deaf retirees.
Yeah.
And that's just a genuine fact. These blokes who come, they're literally like geriatric 75-year-olds who have like nothing better to do with their time, who literally can't hear. Some bloke's wearing hearing aids and he's expected to catch like the faintest nick. Dude, it's silly.
One of my other favorite Greg stories, so the guy who fired the guy who inside edged it. So the rule of cricket is if it hits 40 degrees, you can't play. It's just unsafe.
Yeah.
There was a day where it was like 38, 39, but it didn't hit 40. But we're all like, Greg, come on, man. It's way too hot. We can't play. And he's like, no, boys, the rule is 40. We got to play. And remember, he gets paid by the hour. So he wanted to play. Except we played for an hour. And then he came off and sat underneath the tree, the shade of the tree, because it was too hot for him. But he still made us play regardless. Oh. So we had to umpire ourselves while Greg sat underneath the beautiful shade. And we're all like, what the fuck, Greg?
The thing with the cricket as well, the umpires, like, they do the circuit around all the teams, right? And so you know them by name. So a lot of times you're like personal friends with the umpires. And so like you just see at the drinks break and before the game, just like the captain's going up to them and how was your week, Jeff? Like, you know, how are the wife and kids? Hope Maria's doing all right. Just so they can get decisions their way. Like there's proper bribery in park cricket with the umpires. Alrighty. So look, that was a long run up to the listener submissions.
A lot to get off our chest.
But Nandu says, losing a game horrendously and the dude who plays worse asks the question, let's get dinner, guys.
This similar annoys me when, like, you know, you take it seriously, you have a hard game, and then there's someone on the team that doesn't take it so seriously. They walk off and they're like happy. They don't care that you lost, all this, all that. Like asking for dinner, that sort of thing. That gets on me a little.
See, it's called social sport. There is a social aspect to it. And I think that part after, you know, whether it's dinner or drinks, this person has obviously come purely for the social aspect, knowing that I want to have dinner with these peeps after. I don't think that's a bad thing. It goes both ways, I think, you know, it's social sport.
Yeah, I think it depends on the culture of the team. Like, for example, our Tuesday night OzTag group, every week we'll have dinner. Regardless, win, loss, whoever played, it's expected that we go out for dinner. I think the teams where it's like they only go to dinner sometimes and like you've had a loss and some blokes played terribly and he's all happy and chipper. Like, boys, let's get some Korean food.
Yeah.
Depending on like the culture of the team, I feel like that might rub people the wrong way.
Do you think that culture is dependent on level of competitiveness? Like,
yeah. Because the thing is like, the social sport is like social. It's for fun. But some blokes will take it like pretty seriously and like want to win.
So your OzTag is chill, you reckon? Like it's really chill, not very competitive?
Like we want to win, but it's not like the be all and end all.
I still remember one. I forgot which grand final we lost, but it was one of the grand final losses, and it was pretty demoralizing. But we still went for dinner afterwards, and it was one of the most depressing dinners because we just sat there in silence and ate.
It was the team we all played mixed OzTag.
Was it the women's one?
Yeah, and we lost against an all women's team.
Cushy, I watched that final, dude. They were up as well that game.
I think you talked about this in the pod.
Maybe.
And dude, the scenes right after the game when they all sat in a circle waiting for a team talk, dejected, bro. It was depressing.
It was like a funeral. It was silence for at least 20, 25 minutes.
For example, Sen's just like staring off in the distance, like just thinking about the game. Everyone's in their own little head. Far out.
That game, right? We lost. It was 3-1. We were winning. And then my brother, he scores a try. and he put the ball down. This is getting filmed as well, by the way. But in OzTag, there's a rule that if you dive and your knees touch the ground first, it's not a try.
Counts as a tackle.
It counts as a tackle. And so he dives, he puts the ball down.
But they called
it a tackle. So it was a changeover. And then they scored immediately afterwards. So it was halftime, it was 3-3 or
3-3
or something like that. But then when we looked back at the tape, we run it back and we saw no knees there. So
It was clean. It should have been. We would have been 4-1 up going at halftime.
So what? They show VAR in Division 3 mix.
No, I was just saying, but that made it worse. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
The momentum
Unjust.
swing.
unjust, yeah. It could have been a different game if it was 4 up at a halftime. But yeah, look, I think it really depends on the team itself. It does rub me the wrong way if it's like a competitive team. For example, Saturday soccer. It's not really, it's a social sport, but like we don't really like, it's more competitive. Like we want to win. And if some bloke's proposing dinner or lunch after like a tough loss and he's played like absolute nonsense, I just want to go home. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
fair
for me, like it ruins my day if I lose the game. Low-key.
Yeah, because like Saturday football's a bit more serious because like you're playing other clubs and shit. It's not like a lot of other community sports. Just within the one ground is more social. So yeah, agreed.
All right, Josh writes in, people who play with their significant others, but they're crap. You can't say anything mean, just good try.
Have you had any experiences with this, bro? Any significant others in your OzTag or football, maybe?
I'll say one thing. Look, OzTag, I will say people are not significant others and they become significant others. It's like it's like the run clubs, bro. People are dating within them. It's nuts. But with mixed sport, it's always a difficult one because mixed sport, it's much more social.
And you need the players, so significant others might be a requirement.
It is a requirement, but it is a little bit tough.
I think with that sort of thing, you should go into the mindset. You're playing a mixed sport. If people haven't played, go on a low div and don't go into the expectation that it'll be competitive and like you're going out to win. And you'll be much happier with your life.
But if they're not the significant other, I think it's difficult because they're your mate's partner. Like that's even more reason to like be nice. If they were just like a girl on the team, maybe you can like be a bit more coaching. But like it's low-key like hitting other people. Like, it's like disciplining other people's children. Like you can't do it. Like that's on the boyfriend to sort out his misso. All right, Natalie writes in, when it's a social sport and the rep players of the area make a team and win 45-0 each week.
Fucking Smurfs, bro. I hate this shit, man.
It's the worst.
It's like they know what skill-based matchmaking it is. And they're abusing it, man. I hate it.
It happened to us when we played Wednesday OzTag last season. There's 3 divs, and then our team got put into the first div. And then the first game, it was like a thunderstorm. And then for whatever reason, the coordinator didn't call the game off. And we're all like, there's no chance we're playing in this. So we forfeited. The second game, we played a full rep team. At halftime, it was 1-1. They beat us 12-1 in the second half.
Yeah, okay. 11 unanswered tries.
Correct.
You know what's worse with these rep teams is when they start taking the piss. When they just start having fun.
That's what.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one frisbee game? The team, the Manchester one. That second half, they were just throwing like random throws. They start getting the phones out, cameras out.
Yeah.
They just start having a laugh from the bench.
Like this rep team, after like 7 or 8, they started like running plays. They were filming it. And then like they were trying stuff, and then when it didn't work, they all started having a great laugh about it. Meanwhile, we're all just fuming out there, just trying to score 1 try.
Dude, because you're literally used as a tool now. Like
you're used as training. It's a glorified
You're a
training
mannequin.
session.
You're all mannequins, man.
And like, what can you do? You can only take the abuse, bro. That's all you can do.
I think there was a game we were playing, because the thing is with these teams who play reps, they'll play the first 3 games and they'll kind of like sandbag. So they'll be set in the division. And then once they're in the division, mate, then it's just, lambs to the slaughter. That's what we are. I remember an OzTag game we played, it was like a men's OzTag comp, and these guys like sandbagged, whatever. We played them. The score was 24-0. The game was 30 minutes. They were scoring basically a try a minute. Unbelievable.
I feel like that's always a chat at the start of the season, whatever competition, like, oh, we've got these first 3 games. These are the trial games. Do we throw? Do we not? What do we do? What's the plan?
But I think there's a difference. Like, I don't know. When you're like that good a team, you really want to smurf. So yeah, you play instead of Div 1, you play Div 2. It's like some teams are Div 1 standard, but they're smurfing to like Div 6.
Yeah.
That's when it gets a bit of a laugh. Like, for example, we smurf all the time. I'm sure every single team does it.
Yeah.
But it's like, can we get dropped from Div 3 to Div 4?
Like it's 1 div.
It's
usually,
1 div.
Not 5 or 6.
I think, in OzTag, the rep players play rep or Div 1, but I think they also they'll make a Div 6 team. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like, they're not dropping down one.
But back to my Wednesday team. So yeah, we were 0-2, and then we went to the coordinator on our knees and begged him, please, sir, we're not a Div 1 team. Please move us to Div 2. So he moved us to Div 2. And in the very first week of Div 2, we won 16-0.
So you're the dirty dog.
And then we became the Smurfs. So then we went that entire season. I think we only lost one game from there. And we won the entire comp in Div 2. We won the final 12-1. Oh.
Jesus.
Be your own people sometimes, dude.
Sometimes you got to do it to them. But if we stayed in Div 1, there was no chance we were going to win. So we knew our best chance was to move down to Div 2.
But how is there such a disparity
what
between
the
Div 1
fuck?
and 2, where you're getting hammered in Div 1 and Div 2, you're pacing teams 15-0?
Honestly, if we were in Div 1, we probably would have been the second or third best team. But there was no chance we were going to beat that rep team. Like, like forget about it. And even he said that. Like, he's like, just, fair enough. You're not going to beat that team.
Yeah, at least you came second or third. Like, it's competitive.
Yeah, it's not like you're getting stopped every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get nothing for coming second or third. We wanted to get that hoodie.
But dare I suggest you're in the right division for fairness for the rest of the teams.
Dare I suggest you might enjoy the competitiveness of Div 1 more.
Honestly, it was a bit sad some games. We literally had to like throw, like we would literally like miss tags on purpose to let them score or like purposely drop the ball and let them have it back. Hey, it doesn't matter. Hoodie's a hoodie.
All right. Juan writes in. She says, when a quarter of the team drops out at the last minute. Now, this is a quintessential part. Like, how many times, like, how it works with when I coordinate the team is usually you chuck a poll up, everyone says yes or no. Maybe that happens like a day or two before the actual day of the game. On the night, suddenly it's, work's, too busy at work, traffic's really bad, I'm going to be 10 minutes late, not going to show up, and then suddenly you're stuck with 6 people on the field.
It's the different levels of excuses that are thrown out. You know? The ones that I despise the most is just, I can't make it. I just can't make it.
Just full stop.
It is what it is. I can't make it. And it's like, come on, man.
Got to give a reason at least.
Yeah, you've paid funds. There's a man out here trying to bring the troops together. And all you're saying is, no, sorry, can't do it. Then there are the other ones, which is like, I'm not feeling too well,
Oh, that's a classic of the genre. Yeah. Oh, just got a bit of a tummy ache, actually.
Yeah, it happens 2-3 times across the 10-12 week period. It's kind of interesting.
That's the wrong with team sports, right? You're reliant on the team.
Yeah.
But I think that's why with soccer, we have only 11 take a field, but we have a squad of 20. Just purely because you're going to have 5 or 6 people every week who just, for whatever reason, don't rock up.
Yeah.
I learned my lesson in that. I help, our mate run the Thursday comp, right? 6 aside. We have like 12 people on the team, right? And our mate, shout out Harold, he was saying at the start of the season, we probably had like 8 or 9, 6, 3 subs, lovely. And he's like, nah, I'm not going to organize a team if we only have 9. And then, we were a bit like, brother, 9's enough. So we end up getting 12, bit of a joke at the start, but then halfway through the season, we still needed ringers.
That was last season though. I feel like
this season as well.
I feel like this season we had at least 10 every week.
That happens, and it always happens last minute. Every single time. People are in. The worst is when you put up a poll on Messenger or whatever, and people change their vote from yes to no, and no message.
Yeah.
That is what annoys me.
Yeah.
At least give me a bit of decorum, say, this came up or something. Lie to me at least.
Yeah.
Say something.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. The people who just don't say anything, it's like, dude, why are you even here then?
When you have to at them in the group chat, hey, are you coming?
Yeah, bro, that's the worst,
The
man.
follow-ups, yeah.
Yeah, the person who has to follow up in the chat, bro. God. It's just,
I feel like a cuck, man.
yeah.
Herding sheep, bro.
No, but that is a problem. Like when you know that people aren't going to show up and you're going to have these issues where 5 people drop out. Yeah, like Mick said, you bring a squad of like 15, but then when everyone shows up, then you're sitting here like 5-minute game time. It's like, bro, like realistically, what should happen is you just bring the people who are like committed and like, week in, week out.
Yeah.
The thing is with, it's a bit difficult like on Saturdays, like with soccer and like cricket and rugby and all that sort of stuff, because people may have plans on Saturdays and the games times change. But when it's like Tuesday night, Wednesday night, it's like that day from 7 to 11 p.m. realistically,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? You know that your job is to be at Frisbee or OzTag or Summer Soccer or whatever it would be. Yeah. How are you not showing up? Sorry, this is a personal thing.
It is very personal, bro. It hurts.
All right, Triple Cheese writes in, fake injury and not getting off the field. So I think what he means by this is like when someone gets injured on the field and then instead of just like going straight off, they'll just like flail and like kind of time waste.
So this is you're 1-0 up, 2-0 up, 2 minutes left. The cramp is coming I've twisted my ankle or some shit and you don't go off.
Yeah. Like,
wow, that's a play.
Isn't that like a quintessential part of
some
sports?
Shithousery 101.
Absolutely. But it's annoying. Why are you doing it in social sport? And like a regular season game, not even a final. It happened to us.
I respect it.
The game that got filmed for us where we drew with that team, I'm pretty sure it happened like towards the end where we were down by 2 one of the girls, I think your brother ran into her or something, and she was on the floor for like 5 minutes. And instead of just picking her up and taking it, they're all just like watching her on the floor writhe. And I'm pretty sure if you watch like you can hear us on the side, I mean like, get her off.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Like, I don't know, with sports that don't have extra time, for example, OzTag.
Yeah.
Where like the siren goes and
that's it.
It's like really frustrating because it's like just
every second counts.
Like you can writhe and get the ice pack off the field, but like you're literally just sitting there and just, you know, kicking back, and everyone's like suddenly a doctor, you know, checking the blood pressure and stuff like that. Like, kick back, man. Hop off the field and do that there.
Nah, I rate it because the teams we play, and we'll be the first to do that as well. Let's not joke around here. How many times in football I just smack the ball away?
Oh, that's fun.
It's still in play, and I kick it into the bushes.
Well, that's what was happening on Thursday night.
And that's why I wasn't mad when the other team was doing it to us on Thursday in a crucial moment, because I've done it all season.
Yeah.
I can't now be mad it's working against us.
But I think that I find fine. I think it's the injuries that I find like a little bit annoying. I don't mind doing the nonsense, like kicking it out as far as you can. As soon as you touch the ball, smack it. But it's like when you're on the floor and like, take a moment to like, you know, obviously you can't get up. But then surely your team just picks you up and, you know, hops you off the
But it's
field.
one of those, like the severity of the injury, dude. They could be like, I can't move, that sort of thing.
You never know. It might just be someone who wants to kickstart the acting career.
And if it was us, we'd do the exact same. I'm pretty sure it happened in soccer last year where one of the guys went down and then one of the boys went over to check on him and it looked like he was like trying to like, you know, like, are you okay? But really, apparently he went over and the guy's like, are you okay? He's like, yeah. And then like he was about to get up and he pushed him back down.
Stay down.
Said, stay down.
No, my favorite one's like the guy in our team, apparently a couple seasons ago, apparently got like, I think maybe like a ball to the chest or something.
Yeah.
And then he goes down, he's full like, I can't breathe, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then it got to the point where the other manager was about to call the ambulance. Like he was down for that long and he was like that good of an actor. But then at that point, he started to get up and be like,
To be fair, that was in a final as well, like
That's
a grand
funny,
final. Oh yeah, they were about to call the ambulance. So he decided, all right, I'm good.
Triple Cheese is a big culprit of this. Sometimes like when like girls especially will be injured, mate, he'll come up and scoop them to the sideline.
Absolute hero he is.
Yeah, little white knight over there.
Fucking he stopped doing it because in one season he did 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
We called him out and he's never done it since, but he was a massive culprit of that.
All right. Final one for today. Kristen, she writes in, when people take it way too seriously, especially in a drinking social league.
I feel like we're maybe culprits of this.
Yeah, I'll put my hand up. I'll take it seriously.
We were talking about this the other night. Are we sore losers?
Yeah, we're still losers.
But that's fine though. Like people have enjoyment with the seriousness, how serious you take it, how competitive you get. Like some people have enjoyment from that, comparative to just the social aspect.
But then if everyone else is like taking it chill and taking it easy, then you look like a psycho.
Yeah, the problem is when there's a disconnect in the team.
Yeah.
That some people take it seriously and some people don't take it seriously. That's where it's a problem. Like if you lose, let's train on the weekend. No one else is in the team's vibing it. It's a bit off.
Yeah, I feel like mixed sport, I feel like you have to hands free. You got to take it easy.
You have to accept what comes, really.
Really, because like it's hard to get numbers and stuff. Like fair enough, but if you're playing soccer or maybe like six-a-side where everyone is like competitive, then I think it's fair enough. Like frisbee, right? I think there was a bit of disconnect there potentially.
Yeah.
Like I think some people want to take it very seriously, but others were just like happy to just have a runabout in the field.
Just a bit of cardio on a Monday night.
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard a lot of OzTag teams, they train a lot, but they play like Div 5 or something.
But that's
like,
why
I've heard, but when I played OzTag, I rocked up 5 minutes before the game. I had to chuck on tags because like half the team wasn't there anyways.
Well,
so imagine that you come against a team that trains twice a week and we have no numbers.
Bro, training for social sport is
Yeah.
what? So you're playing like Thursday night, but they're also training Sunday and Tuesday, you saying?
Yeah, at like fucking 8 a.m. out in Whoop Whoop.
is it that far-fetched? Like for Saturday soccer, for example, we'll train on Wednesday.
Yeah, but like
Still social sport at the end of the day. Like it's a comp, but it's still
Yeah, but
we're not professionals or anything.
It's more serious. Saturday soccer, for example.
But, this is their
No,
Saturday
but I
soccer.
think the funny part is something like OzTag. If it was like Div 4 or 5, there was a team out there taking it full seriously, training it, and you know they get absolutely stomped. I'd be laughing at that.
Okay, yes, that is funny. But this is like for those people, this is their Saturday soccer, right? Like Oztag, they might play multiple teams, they might want to play reps or whatever, so they train. I don't think it's that far-fetched.
I think there's two types of people. There's like the other team who takes it too seriously, and there are blokes on your team who take it too seriously. Those people are the worst. Like people who you want to kick back, for example, Tuesday Oztag, it's a mixed Oztag. And really it's just playing with your mates and playing with your friends you haven't seen for a while. But there's people who have come in and really tried to be like, guys, we have to push forward. We got to try and win the comp. Let's train. Let's do this. Let's come half an hour early. It's like, brother, relax. Like, please, I'm just here for the meal realistically after the Oztag.
You know, a bit of cardio and then the chat after. Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I mean? And then like the other team who takes it really seriously, like that, you can't really control other people.
No.
It's like annoying because it's like, just relax. Like, why do you have to be so on edge? They're like spraying the refs who are like volunteers or getting paid like $10 a game.
Yeah.
They're like getting angry about that.
Well,
It's a bit jarring. Sorry. It's a bit jarring in like, for example, when it's the other team. I've played games where the guys are berating the chicks on the team.
Yeah, dude.
Like
That's,
absolutely
yeah.
spraying them. And you can tell the chicks are there because their friends are on the team or they wanted to give it a go.
It's uncomfortable.
It's very uncomfortable because these guys are probably the rep players that have run the training and tried to drill in, we'll do this play, we'll do that play. It's so jarring.
Well, yeah. Do you remember that when we were getting absolutely stomped in Frisbee?
Which time?
Yeah, you really got to specify which one.
Or like those really good teams that were reversing and like it's 10-1 or something. And then we look at the other side and we're just standing waiting for them to throw the disc. And they're talking strategies.
yeah.
Like, dude, you do not need to be talking strategies.
Against us, against our team. Like really anything will work against us.
Yeah, that is as well. That gets so annoying. Like, there's no need to take it this seriously. Come on, man.
Would you say we take sports seriously?
I think we take it seriously at the right moments. When you're playing mixed social sport, that is just a bit of fun. Like for everyone involved, everyone's just there to play with their friends. Like I can't play with my mate Renuli any other sport except for Tuesday Oztag. So we'll play that, have a good time. But we're playing six-a-side or soccer when we actually train for it, and everyone else in the comp is taking it seriously. That's like totally fine. Thoughts?
Yeah, that's why I think I can't play like, it would be very hard for me to play like mixed soccer. That's a sport I take really seriously. And I know I'll be super competitive. And I feel like if you play that sort of thing or really low division sort of football, I feel like I couldn't do it because I'll be the guy that takes it a bit too seriously. You got to know your time and place there, I suggest.
Wowee. All right, a lot to get off the chest, I feel like, this episode. But thank you very much for everyone who sent in. Look, follow us on Instagram, Critical Banter. We post stories all the time, asking for submissions. We really value it. So, give us a follow and check it out there.
Alrighty, boys, that brings us to the end of a fantastic episode. Again, thank you to everyone who wrote in. There was a lot of submissions we didn't get to, but we might do a part 2 of that. We'll see. Otherwise, you can catch our full episodes on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and we'll catch you guys next week.